You hear that sound? That means I'm gonna shave. A shave of the day from me? From moi? Yes, with the help of a sturdy bar stool, I'm going to attempt a shave of the day. Many of you may know or may not know, I have been out of the shaving picture altogether, literally. Haven't been able to shave because of a sciatic nerve problem running down my left leg into the hip and the back. It's just ridiculous. I mean, seriously, there's no way that I can expound upon the pain and tell you exactly how much it hurts. But I wouldn't want to bore you like that anyway. So today I'm getting my shave on with some good stuff, and I already have taken the liberty of putting on some pre-shave oil. So if I look a little slickery, now you know why. Clubman Pinot's beard oil, that's what I've got on, and it works wonderfully as a pre-shave oil. It sure does, and it comes out easy with an eyedropper. And I'll be following up with a post-shave today from also a Clubman Pinot. We're going Clubman style today with some 2-in-1 beard conditioner. This stuff is great even for your face. So you can actually rub it on your skin and your face. It's a face moisturizer as well as beard conditioner. That's why it's a 2-in-1 beard conditioner. So I always like to use that from time to time to freshen up my face. If the wind's been a little high outside, especially in the winter months, I've used it a lot. If your skin gets dry and flaky, sometimes it happens. I get that a lot for some reason on my eyebrows. I don't know if you guys do or not, and I thought maybe at first it was the shaving soap or conditioners that I'm using, and I thought, no, that's not it. It's got to be my shower. Yeah, so I thought maybe I was using some very astringent type product, and it was really a high content of soap and astringent. So I changed that, added something with some moisturizers in it. I haven't had to use it as often or frequently, but I'm still, enjoying using this because it has a very decent manly type smell or scent, and I think you'll like it. Now, speaking of manly type scents, that's another thing we're going to be using today. Yes, Captain Hunter's Scents of the Seven Seas, Mutiny by Rum. Arr! That's what I'm using today. My Mutiny Bay Rum. If you haven't heard about it, that's probably because it's already gone. But it was some good stuff while it lasted. I think I may have 2 containers of each left, but anyway, that's the aftershave that I'll be using as well. Monica Gillam with Vanulay, Soap of the Gods. She took my aftershave and added the splash to the soap to create my very own scent. And that's what she came up with, and it smells wonderful. I really do like it. And this stuff right here, it's got so many conditioners and moisturizers that it just can't help but rejuvenate the skin and refreshen you as you go. I did add a little bit of warm water just to put this in here because I haven't shaved in so long. I'm really serious. I haven't been able to shave. I did shave recently because it was my father-in-law's funeral. And a sad note. For those of you that are local and know him or knew of him, Red Clark from Red's Donuts, the donut fame, you might say, that's really popular here locally and nationally as well. It's been written up in several nationwide news articles and magazines too. The razor I'm using today is this one. This is an old Gillette comb through, the gold comb through, and this one happens to be an Otto Roth. Otto Roth, that was a blade company that came along and then was bought out by Gillette. But if you'll notice on the bottom, it will say Gillette. I think it still does. Well, maybe it doesn't. If you look on the bottom, it will say, there's Gillette, and then it will say Otto Roth Inc. Anyway, it's a special type. And all you have to do is open it up and put a blade on it. Now the blade I'm using today is something I've never tried. In fact, I'm going to treat myself to it. Da-ba-da. It's a treat, man. Have you used these guys? I've never used the Treats Platinum Super Stainless blades before, but today I'm going to be using one. Just opened this pack. It's fresh. Still got the plastic on it, if you can see that. And I got one out right here. Never even seen the blade. It's double wrapped for your protection. I like that. Nice. And I'm sorry I'm sitting on a seat and look a little lazy today, but it's the only way I could even possibly think about shaving. It really sucks. I've been going to an acupuncturist, by the way. I can actually tell a difference. It is getting better and improved. I've been a total of 7 times to the acupuncturist. There for a while it was twice a week, reducing it now to once per week. And from what I can see, it feels lots better. So there it is, got the blade inside, ready to go. Going to be using this cool little Gentleman's Hardware. That's where this came from, Gentleman's Hardware mug. This came from Dan the man at Strawberry Hills Pharmacy in Paducah, Kentucky. If you get the chance, stop by and say hi to Dan. Tell him that Hunter Green said you get a great discount, and he will make you one. I promise. You don't believe it? Try it. I didn't get the chance to show you what I'm carrying today. I'm packing my EDC. Wow, look at that, guys. This is a Spyderco, but it's also a Lacey Szabo Spyderco. Lacey Szabo, you know, the martial artist? Yeah. He designed this blade as a fighter protection knife, and that it is, my friend. Yeah, I think you can even see his, oh, there's his logo right there. I don't know if you can see it or not, but that's the Lacey Szabo logo. And the Spyderco Spider, of course, which is obvious, and it on the back says Taichung, Taiwan. Spyderco, it's CPM S.O.T.D, Crucible Particles Metallurgy. That's what CPM stands for. Really an interesting steel. I like it a lot. Very, very sharp. This is the second one I've owned. This is the black DLC type diamond-like coating and the black handles. Now the other one was the original with the silver blade, and honestly, I cut, sliced, and poked myself and stabbed myself with that knife more than I've ever been cut, sliced, stabbed, or poked with any other knife in my entire life. I'm not joking. I'm serious. I lay in bed one night with it on the bed, and the wife slides in the bed, and this slides in about that deep up to my groin. I'm serious. I thought I'd hit a main vein, you know what I'm saying? No, literally the main vein. The femoral artery is what I was hoping it wasn't, but I did bleed like a stuck hog, and I used an entire tube of crazy glue to get it to stop. Nope, never told her. No, are you serious? She would have given me the speech of all speeches. I'd already heard about don't sleep with and bring those knives in my bed, blah, 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 blah. It's in the other room. Anyway, today I'm chilling and enjoying the shave with some Lipton Diet Green Citrus Tea. That's what I'm using. Okay, now the brush is saved for last because you save the best for last, right? Of course you do. The brush I'm using, the Rich Hansen Beauty. Man, isn't that gorgeous? Rich sent this to me, gave it to me. He's a hell of a guy, a great buddy. Look how beautiful that dark cobalt blue is. It's just gorgeous with a beautiful, I think, a 24mm knot. That's called the tuxedo knot, I believe. Well, there we go. Sorry about getting off camera. Can't really see with that hand. Let's use this one. Okay, there you go. Isn't that something else? This is a beautiful brush, and I love using it. I really do. I haven't got to use it as much because of the fact that I just started having, about 3 months ago, right after you'd given this to me, I started having the sciatic nerve issue, so I haven't really shaved a lot anyway. I just went ahead and dipped it in the water, got a sink full of hot water. I poured out the bloom water that was in here. It wasn't very much in there. I just did a little bit to coat the surface because I haven't had it's a soft soap yet, but I didn't have the chance, or haven't had the chance, to utilize it a lot because, like I said, haven't been able to shave. You know the story. It's been rough. I wouldn't wish a sciatic nerve issue on my worst enemy. I'm serious. I really wouldn't. It's been really harsh. I'll say that. I've gone to a massage therapist. I've gone to physical therapy with an in-ground pool underwater treadmill. I have gone to my chiropractor weekly, and I'm still going, of course, and and also my acupuncturist weekly as well. So, all right, went ahead and loaded up the tips right there. Got a dry bowl. I'm going to set that in the bottom. Just dip 2 fingers in the sink full of water and put a couple of drops. Just a few drops to give it some moisture. And start whisking it around. If it's not enough water, you add accordingly, okay? There you go. And like I said earlier, I already have my pre-shave oil on. I've lubed my face. You ever lube your face? Well, that was that one time down in Knoxville, Tennessee. Joke. It was Chattanooga. I was kidding. Oh, man. We won't talk about that one, boys and girls. All right, come on. Got a big old frothy lather going. Look at that. You know, I can get more out of there, but I'm going to just go ahead and put this on because it's warm, and I wanted a little bit of warmth. Oh, yeah. I like that feel. That's a great lathering soap. It really is. Not just because it was mine. Of course, that didn't hurt, but, you know, seriously. I did put a lot of effort into making that particular soap and discussing things with my buddy Monica Gillum from Van Ulay, Soap of the Gods. You would not believe the amount of skin protectants that are in the soap and aftershave. I couldn't even, well, I could start to tell you, but I'm afraid I would miss some of them. Oh man, everything from witch hazel to rose water. See, I've already forgotten. It's a myriad of things. It really is. And I like it. It feels great, smells even better. That bay rum is just magnificent. I searched throughout all the Caribbean islands. I literally did, to see what place made the best products. And this is top shelf. In other words, it costs a little bit more. It sold for $25 each. But that's because it was top of the line items or ingredients, literally. So I found out that the best grown bay leaves, I found out where they came from. I found out where the best everything came from. For example, man, I'm just going blank. I just got up from a nap. I'm sorry. I should have studied up before, or woke up at least before I started in talking. Put mine in gear before opening mouth. But anyway, it's online if you want to look it up on Facebook, especially. There's so much I've done. I'm into leather now. Leather crafting. I like leather crafting. And the reason I'm getting ready today, I'm doing a downward pass. For those of you who haven't noticed, I wear a CPAP mask when I take a nap. And that's why it's got these little indentions here. See this? I don't normally look like a bulldog. Well, maybe I do. No, seriously, but see those little indentions there? That's because the mask fits right there. And after I wake up, it does that. But maybe I should walk around like this about 30 minutes before puff them back out. But I wear a CPAP because I have sleep apnea. Anyway, I was going to say earlier, I used True Cinnamon. True Cinnamon is called, or known as 50 cinnamon, which is from Sri Lanka. That's the best climate and best soil to sand ratio for growing cinnamon and cinnamon trees. Now, every tree that you get, or every cinnamon stalk you get from Walmart, is not true cinnamon. It's the cassia tree. I did a lot of studying about that stuff before I ever made the bay rum. People actually invested beforehand. Sort of like one of those, I can't think of the project now that they do that boost to get you going. I'm sorry, I'm just dead, brain dead, literally. Been up since, 9 o'clock last night, and right now it's going on 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And at 5 o'clock, the family's getting together for a dinner at Los Amigos Mexican restaurant. My father-in-law, of course, as I said a little while ago, recently passed, and he was a hell of a guy, folks. If you know him, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, this guy would have given you the shirt off his back. Literally, he really would have. That's how he was. He would have given you the shirt off his back. And if you ever went out to eat dinner with him, no, there's no way in hell you're gonna pay. You just couldn't do it. I mean, I've tried. There was times I really did try. And of course, later on, after you've been in the family going on like 17 years or so, then you stop trying after a while because you think, well, I'm not looking for an argument, you know. But seriously, that's how he was. He was a super guy, and I miss him a lot already, and will continue. And not just because he was, you know, my father-in-law, my wife's daddy. That's not it at all. That's not in the least bit. He welcomed me into the family with open arms from day one, from the get-go. And I got a funny story to tell you. This is hilarious. My wife, now at that time, she was just my sweetheart. We were dating. Our first date was Freeport, the Bahamas. Freeport, yeah. Freeport, Bahama Island. Well, off Bahama Island, yeah. Freeport. She and her brother and I, we went to Freeport. Oh, it was all copacetic. You know, it was all platonic. Nothing major going on. It's just, we were just getting to know each other. It was a first date, basically. It really was literally our first date. So, this was about the time, well, it's been 17 years, this coming July 3rd. The 4th is my wife's birthday. Anyway, 17 years ago. So I have to think back to get this in. But, and look at that. Man, it quickly lathers to a great texture, and it's velvety smooth. It really feels wonderful and smells great. I said that already, I know. I apologize. Okay, so 17 years ago, and we go to the Bahamas for a date. Stay about a week. And this was at the time when those Bubba teeth came out. You remember the Bubba teeth? Somebody in probably a upper state New York must have got an idea to make some money off the damn Bubba Southerners, I guess. Who knows? But if you don't know what I'm talking about, Bubba teeth, where you put them in over the top of your teeth and they looked like they belonged to a man named Bubba. I mean, they were snaggly, graggly, dirty, and rotten, and nasty looking. Funny as hell. The good ones were. I mean, then they came out with the cheap ones and they didn't look so nice. But anyway, so we found some, or I found some somewhere. Maybe I got them in the Bahamas, I'm not sure. I had some nonetheless and brought them on the trip, or we got them there. we took a picture of me wearing them and just cracked up. Had a fun time. Just cut up. Great first date. Must have been. I married her, you know. Anyway, she fell in love that day and I didn't. But it was fresh on the heels of a nasty divorce for me. And we take the picture, the funny picture. Bubba teeth. Oh, me. So we get home. My wife says she shows them to her dad. She shows the picture. This was back when they were actually pictures. They weren't on your phone. She hands him the picture and he looks at it and he says, "Damn, honey. Don't you think you might could have found a little bit better looking boyfriend?" He was serious. He thought that was how I looked. Oh, me. But he knew right after that I was the kind of guy that was a lot of fun to be around and a cut up. And he never let me live it down because he would always continually cut up with me. We had a lot of fun times, a lot of jokes. And if he saw me coming a mile away, the first thing out of his mouth would have been, "Hey, man." I miss him a lot, like I said. Well, folks, that is the end of the shave. I mean, that was quick and easy, wasn't it? Painless, straight to the point. All right. Enough reminiscing, sorry. Get a little teary-eyed, I guess. Now, I wiped that off because I want to check out and see if I have any spots that might need to have gone over. And surprisingly enough, I'm good to go. Wow, that's awesome. And now what we're going to do, I want to seal up all the pores on my face. Oh yeah, this is great stuff. Mutiny Bay rum, and it doesn't burn. No, it doesn't burn. And people were always asking me back then, "Can you send that through the mail? Don't they have laws?" Yeah, they have laws. You can't send anything flammable through the mail. But I tested it, poured it in a spoon, lit a lighter to it, match, whatever, and didn't do a thing. That's because it doesn't have a lot of alcohol in it. That's why it doesn't burn or sting. It feels great, though. Oh, very refreshing. And there's, of course, the other option, which was not necessarily just mutiny, but there was also blimey, which was bay rum and lime. And I'll shave that on another day. Right now, I mean, I could put on this facial conditioner, but there's really no sense in it. And since I've got all that protection going, my skin is really soft and smooth. That's one thing I liked about this stuff. I mean, yeah, it cost a hell of a lot to make, but dang, the results were wonderful. All right, that's enough bragging on my behalf. Thank you guys for watching. First time I've been up on this entire shave. I actually set up to say bye. I'm pushing my hands down on the counter though. The pain is there. Thank you once again for being here and watching. All those times you've been there for me, I greatly appreciate it. I wish that I could do more videos for you, and I'm going to try my best, okay? Thanks again. Have a good day and a Memorial Day weekend as well. Get out there and share your life with somebody, but better than that, pat them on the back and say, "Hey man, I love you. Take care. Bye-bye. Peace out."